After you have taken your photograph and cropped it to a 3:4 ratio, you're going to share that picture with me, and I am going to print it for you onto a grid. This grid has 6x8 inch markings on the sides. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to take a ruler and just connect those lines to create a grid. So now the number of boxes on your piece of drawing paper and the number of boxes on your printout are the same. I like to label them because sometimes if I'm drawing, I can kind of get lost as to which box I am, and you don't want to accidentally shift over. So usually I do the short side with letters, A through F, and the long side with numbers, 1 through 8. Now there's no border here, like this is done in the border. So this box is A1. There's no border, so I'm just going to write it really small along the edges. Okay, so A1 is this box here, but A1 is this box here. And now you can go through and very lightly, because this is just to be guides, you're going to draw what you see. Now there's two ways to go about this. One is to go box by box. So for example, within this box, I see this green skittle come in, goes to about halfway down, and it goes to about 1/4 of the way up. I see this orange line go from more than halfway over to just a little bit in. It's almost straight. I see this kind of highlight on the yellow section. That goes into part of the purple. That's a little bit less than halfway. Okay, and then you just go box by box. So then I'd go to B1, and I'd continue. This purple skittle goes almost to the edge here. Just work on that get that nice round shape. You see a little bit of this orange and yellow border right there. I also see a shadow. You want to put in your shadow. So there's a darker area underneath the skittle here. There's a little bit of a shadow in here. There's a white section here. There's a darker section there. As much information as you can get, then it almost becomes like a color by number, where you put the darker, the lighter, the white, the yellow. You can just sort of plug it in. So you can go box by box. It really does simplify it because it breaks it down into small little things as opposed to trying to draw everything all at once. The other thing you can do, especially for larger shapes that go across multiple boxes, is to sort of plot out where it's going to go. So for example, the S. The S goes from inside A4, and it kind of comes in maybe about halfway up and only 1/4 of the way up, 1/4 of the way over. Okay, and then it comes around and it goes almost to the corner between 2 and 3, and just a touch into there. And then it goes pretty much exactly to the corner between B and C, between 1 and 2. And then it goes in a bit here. It comes back. I'm going on the outside of the purple part. A little bit up between D in box D. And you can see how I'm sort of plotting it out, and then I can go back and I can then draw the line. And I can connect those points that I made. You see how I can get some good coverage, and then you just kind of just draw lightly so you can perfect your angles and fix any mistakes you made. Okay. Another thing to notice is logos often have extra details. You might just think of the Skittles logo, this version of it, as just being like, it's a white S, and maybe it's a white S with some purple around it. But it's actually, the white is the largest part. It actually has a blue sort of shadow inside of it. It then has an outline of purple or violet, then has a drop shadow outside of that of solid black. And then, believe it or not, it also has, if you see here, a shaded shadow outside of that. So there's multiple levels that you really have to get the details for. Because we took pictures of real wrappers, you'll also often have to deal with reflections or crinkles, so you'd want to draw those in as well. Just draw lightly, and anytime you see a change of color, outline it.